Overconsumption or underconsumption, what does that mean? I think that that means something different to everyone. We all have different views on what is overspending, what is a low buy, what is a no buy, the parameters that we put on ourselves when we're spending too much money on our hobby, on whatever. So I'm here to do the underconsumption tag. I most recently saw this on Erin's channel and Kay's channel. And I don't know how my answers are going to compare to either one of those ladies, but I thought this would be fun to try. So let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Andi. I'm really happy that you're here. There are 8 questions. There are 8 questions. Number 1, how long have you been on your low buy / no buy? About 3 years. About 3 years. I started my channel in 2020, October of 2020, and I started with subscription boxes. Well, I started with doing makeup, but then I got bit by the subscription box bug, and I had like 3 or 4 different subscription boxes. And I started amassing makeup from those, makeup and skincare from those subscription boxes. And something that I realized later on is that didn't help me at all, because they were all things that later in the years, as I'm going through my collection, I'm decluttering that, because that's not stuff I chose. That's stuff that was chosen for me by someone that doesn't know my skin color, my hair color, my skin type. It was just chosen, even though, like say Ipsy, you put in your profile, they don't look at that. So I had all of this stuff, and I used to enter all kinds of giveaways, and I would win these giveaways, and I would get even more makeup and more makeup. And while I've always been frugal, I've always been someone that doesn't like to pay full price for anything. But once I realized that I was spending too much money on subscription boxes, and also I was still buying makeup. I was watching YouTubers on, this is the best blush, this is the best foundation, this is this is that. Oh, let me buy it, let me buy it, let me buy it. And so I just got so much stuff. So I put myself on a low buy. Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago. It might have been close to 4 years ago. So I don't really know when I started. Maybe 4 years ago. I think that's when I started my makeup rehab series. 2, what motivated you to try a low buy / no buy? All of my stuff. And the fact that at one point I had probably 50% more eyeshadow palettes than what I have now. Again, a lot of them came from subscription boxes. I don't want them. I don't like them. Those are not my type of eyeshadow palettes, but I had them. I had seen some creators, which I will talk about in the next question, do a makeup rehab, and I had never heard of a makeup rehab before. I had never heard of panning before. Period. Like, to me, hitting pan in an eyeshadow shade was terrible, because obviously I'm loving that eyeshadow. I don't want to have to go rebuy it just for the one eyeshadow. Finishing something was not a positive thing for me. It was a negative thing for me, because then I have to go buy a replacement. This was before I started my channel. So I found out about panning, and I was just like, oh, well. And then that kind of switched my mindset a little bit. So in seeing the YouTubers that were doing no buys, that were doing panning, that were doing makeup rehabs, that really motivated me to pay attention. So number 3, are there any YouTubers who motivated you or inspired you on your low buy / no buy journey? The very first panner that I watched was Alex from Alejandra Lisette, and I didn't even know, like I said, I didn't even know what panning was. But I really liked Alex's personality. I like Alex's personality. I still watch her. I watch every video she comes out with. But I really liked at the time how she looked at finishing a product, panning a product, hitting pan. And then when I started watching her, she was doing deca panning, which she's doing again this year. But she had an eyeshadow, pan those eyeshadows. She had several different panning projects that she was doing, and I was watching them all, and I was like absorbing all of it, thinking, well, this is fun. This is something that I can do and make my makeup use fun and make finishing things fun rather than sad. And then Alex is also the first person that I saw that did a makeup rehab. So she would put so many points in her beauty bank when she finished, and those were the only things that she could, it's kind of like a one in, one out type thing. So when I started my low buy, I started with the makeup rehab, and now I'm on the like beauty bank part of it, which I think we'll talk about. Later. But also Erin, the underconsumption and overconsumption, the conscious consumerism part really hit home when I started watching Erin. I've discovered Erin during Deck Panning. I was going through the playlist and I saw her video and I'm like, oh, she looks like fun to watch. So I started watching it. Little did I know that we were going to develop a really substantial friendship, which is another reason I love YouTube so much. These friendships that I have with these women that I never would have met had it not been for YouTube. But when Erin started talking about underconsumption and conscious consumerism and really making sense of what was going on in my head, the battle that was constantly going on in my head, that's when I really buckled down and tried to spend less money on things I didn't need. Now, do I fail? All the time. All the time I fail. All you have to do is watch one of my empties and purchases. While my empties are great, and I'm really happy with my empties, my purchases are not great. I'm still buying. I will never be on a no buy, ever. I'm not going to constrict myself like that. Right now I'm doing a replacement only buy. And no, I'm still buying things. But I am a little bit more mindful when I'm buying them. I'm not buying them full price. I am buying them on sale. I am buying them. It is something that I've wanted to try. It's not just, I'm not just out there buying stuff all willy-nilly. It's stuff that I wanted to try, or something that I've tried before and I really liked it. Do I need to replace that item yet? No. But it's on super duper freaking sale and I'm going to buy it at some point anyway, so I might as well buy it now. So those are all the things that go through my head. But Erin helped to make sense of that inner dialogue. Number 4, what is a positive aspect that you've experienced during your low buy / no buy? Well, I do spend less money. Believe it or not, I do spend less money. I am more conscious of what I'm buying. Like I was talking about. Yeah, I might still buy something that I've had. Okay, so for instance, last month I bought 2 lipsticks from Half Magic. Did I need another lipstick? No, absolutely not. Have those 2 lipsticks been on my Ulta list for over a year? Yes. They were $10. I bought them. So no, I didn't need them, but I bought them because I wanted them. But I am spending less money. I am more thoughtful. Let's say it that way. I am more thoughtful when I'm purchasing. I'm more thoughtful about what I'm buying, and I'm more thoughtful about the price that I'm paying. And I think about things more, even though I'm still buying them. I do think about them. I do think about, why am I buying this? Or do I need this? What are the consequences of me buying this? What is a negative aspect that you've experienced during your low buy, no buy? Judgy people. Once you shout to the world that you're doing a low buy, and then you have a month where you've spent $150 on makeup, skincare, hair care, whatever, people get really judgy. And here's my thing. Are you buying it? Am I using your money to buy it? No, I'm using my own money to buy it. So that's where I have a problem. That's where I have a problem with some panners, is they are, they're very strict with themselves. You do you. If you're going to be strict with yourself, you do you. You know you better than anyone else, and you know that you have to be super strict with yourself in order to succeed at what you're doing. Low buy, no buy, whatever. I'm not you. I've never said that I am not going to buy any eyeshadow palettes, that I'm not going to buy anything. Yes, I did say I'm on a replacement only buy. Have I broken that? Many times. But, that's my business. That's my thing that I have to reconcile with my own brain. That is not for someone else to come in and try to shame me because I bought this, or this. Because personal responsibility. Now, I don't think that anybody should go in debt with their hobby. This is my hobby. I love it very much, but this is my hobby. I don't think anybody should go in debt. But again, personal responsibility. If someone is thinking about buying something and they don't have the money to buy it and they buy it anyway, that's on them. That is none of my business. Just like what I'm buying, what I buy is no one else's business. To me, the important thing is that I'm trying. Like, I am thoughtful in my head. I am thinking those things on, do I need this? Is this a replacement? Am I going to go into debt buying this? All of those things I am mindful about it. Maybe I still buy them anyway because I am the boss of me. Nobody else is the boss of me. So I'm going to buy what I want to buy. I'm just trying to be a little bit more mindful of when I buy it. Number 6, do you think a low buy / no buy is beneficial for everyone? Why or why not? No, who am I to say if someone should go on a low buy or no buy? Just like what I was talking about. That is none of my business. Now, okay, say it was my daughter. Say my daughter is spending an exorbitant amount of money on makeup. My daughter doesn't even wear makeup, really. Occasionally. But say that she's spending a lot of makeup. I will step in because I am the boss of her. I am her mother. Even though she's 25, almost 25, I'm still the boss of her. I can step in and say, hey, I think maybe you need to slow your roll a little bit or whatever. But everyday people, I'm not going to tell someone whether or not to go on a low buy or a no buy. That is their own business. Personal responsibility. You are responsible for your own success and you are responsible for your own failures. So I am responsible for my own success and I am responsible for my own failures. And that is something that people don't think about nowadays. They want to blame this person or this person or this person for their shortcomings. No, your personal responsibility. You are responsible for your wallet. You're responsible for your bank account. You're responsible for your collection. I am responsible for all of those things pertaining to me. So I'm not going to tell someone that they should go on a low buy or a no buy. If they ask my opinion, if they say, I'm thinking about going on a low buy, what would you recommend? Then I will tell them what I think and but I'm not going to tell someone that they need to do that. No. Number 7, what advice would you give people starting a low buy or no buy? Oh my goodness. Be realistic with yourself. You can't come in and say, I'm going on a year-long no buy, although, shout out to Donna, was on a year-long no buy and killed it. But most people, I know myself, if I said to myself, you're going on a 1-year no buy, you're not allowed to buy any makeup, anything. I'm going to be buying something the next month because that is a very strict thing that I have put on myself, and I am a rebel, even against myself. So I would say start small. Do a 30-day no buy. If you're an overspender, do a 30-day no buy. Do a 3-month no buy. Do maybe like quarterly no buy and see how that goes. But start small, be realistic with yourself. And that's with anything. If you are trying to lose weight, if you're going to go to the gym and start working out, if you are, whatever you're trying to do, that is making good habits is very difficult. If you are realistic with yourself and you got to show yourself some grace. You have to. You can't beat yourself up because you've failed at something. Everyone has failed at something. Everyone. So be realistic, set realistic goals. Maybe you had too many blushes. I'm not going to buy a blush for 30 days. And then at the end of that 30 days, you say, I'm not going to buy a blush for another 30 days. And sometimes you look up and it's 6 months later and you still haven't bought a blush. You know, look at your problem categories. Are those things that I need to restrict myself? Yes, okay, fine, but be realistic about it. Do not set unrealistic goals because you will fail huge and you will feel terrible about it. So that is my advice on anything. Realistic goals. You have to be realistic. Number 8, what have you learned from this experience? Well, I've learned that people are judgy. People will judge you for no reason at all. People have a lot of opinions. But also, on a good note, I've been more conscious of what I'm spending. I've been more conscious when I spend my money and what I'm spending it on. So that is like something that I learned huge. Why am I buying this? Am I buying this for the dopamine hit? Am I buying it because I actually need it? Am I buying it because someone else used it and I saw their video and it looked really pretty on them, so I need it as well? That's what I'm like. Donna, man. Donna has made me buy some stuff. I have a Donna, I said this in, I think it was in my deck of panning. I have a Donna Says list. Donna and I have such similar skin type, skin tone, all of this. So normally what looks good on Donna will also look good on me. No, we have different eye color. We have different hair color, obviously. But I trust Donna's judgment. Also, Donna worked for Ulta for a really long time. So I trust Donna's judgment and advice. So when Donna says, then I will sometimes buy it just because of that. I have my nude sticks because of Donna. I have my Natasha Denona foundation and highlighter because of Donna. I will probably buying the Natasha Denona concealer because of Donna. But also, I don't blame Donna. Obviously, you know that, right? I'm joking. I don't blame Donna. It's my own thing. So I am more mindful of what I'm spending my money on. And I ask myself more questions when I'm getting ready to buy something. I ask myself more questions. Do you need it? How many mauve blushes do you have? Too many. You know, do you need this in this shade? Because is that lacking? What is lacking in your collection that you could maybe, like, if I was going to buy a blush, which shade should I get? Should I get a mauve? Hell no. I don't need any mauve blushes. Matter of fact, Aaron and I have been talking. We got some square pans. I found some square pans, and Aaron and I are going to go on a frankening spree. Not together, because she lives in Florida. I live here. But I have so many of the same type of color blushes that I took some of them out of my collection. And I'm going to use those to franken with other things to make other shades so that I don't go out and buy whatever. So that is another thing that panning has really taught me. What have you learned from this experience? I've learned that panning is fun. I've learned that hitting pan on something is very satisfying. And I've learned that finishing something is very satisfying. Saving money is very satisfying. So like I said, I've always been frugal, but now that I'm like paying more attention to sales, those are things that I've learned during this experience. I've also learned that I am the boss of me. I am the boss of me. I will listen to myself. It is no one else's business if I buy something that's not a replacement, or if I buy things that are, I don't need. It's no one else's business, and I will not be shamed for it. So I've learned that too. I've learned people are freaking judgy. People are judgy. Let me know what some of your answers are to these questions. I will have all of the questions down below. So if you want to do this video, I think it's a lot of fun. I just thought I thought it would be really fun to do this, because I think my outlook is different sometimes on underconsumption. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.